Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
Single best idea, 7 conversations today. Today was incredibly strong given the news flow. Just absolutely extraordinary. Eric Wasson of Bloomberg in Washington was just absolutely lights out about what now for Washington and our fractured political process. We thank Eric Wasson under huge schedule issues with the 24/7 Washington News for being with us as well. Sam Stovall over at CFRA talking bubbles in the stock market, really quite good. He's enthused. He's looking for higher prices, not like what we heard yesterday on S&P 500 going from 6,800 to 7,700 according to Infrastructure Associates. CFRA looks for 7,400, a little less aggressive number out, but nevertheless optimistic. But then you have to know where the GDP statistic is. Tiffany Wilding doesn't know where that is. Here's Tiffany Wilding of PIMCO.
The shutdown will absolutely impact fourth quarter growth. We think that 1 to 1.5% is what it could shave off of the fourth quarter. So we absolutely could see a negative fourth quarter GDP print. But nevertheless, as the government has already reopened, that activity will come back online, and you'll see an offsetting pickup in the first quarter of next year. I think the other thing to keep in mind in the first quarter is that you're also going to get refund checks to households that are quite large this year. So that will provide also some support to the economy and to consumption in the first part of next year.
That is a reoccurring theme. Let's pause for that. Tiffany Wilding mentioning refund checks of some type. There was legislation in the distant past of 16 months ago, I'm guessing, and that legislation, to many of our guests, is nothing more than stimulus. There's an overlay out. I think of Alicia Levine at BNY Mellon talking about the overlay of legislative impulse of stimulus into the American economy. That's one of the cross currents here, all wrapped around, of course, this unknown of technology and AI. And I'm using AI more and more each and every day. My favorite, people ask me, what am I using? At Bloomberg, I'm using a lot of Google Gemini. That seems to be what we're circling around here. We've got other things as well. And, on my phone and such, I use Perplexity. Thank you to Tom Secunda, one of our founders, who said to me, shut up, Tom, use Perplexity. And I'm really enjoying it. It's making me smarter and better each and every day. We were smarter and better at the start of the show today from Atlanta. Really excellent. I need to take a moment here. Keith Lerner is with Truist. And what's so important about what he brings to the conversation is he has degrees with a chartered financial analyst and the market technician's CMT designation as well. So this is someone that dovetails in fundamentals and technicals into his analysis forward. Keith Lerner on The View Forward.
What we try to do is try to keep it simple and focus primarily on the trends, the primary trends. So I try not to do like all the crazy stuff. What really matters, cut to the noise. And what matters to me as I look at the global picture is we have a global rally underway. We have 90% plus of global markets in uptrends, above the 200-day moving average. And think about yesterday, we're seeing like maybe tech takes a bit of a breather. There's rotation to other areas. And we have the EFI index making a new high, emerging markets close to an all-time high as well. So I think the primary trend is positive, and I think the main message is you have to continue to give that primary trend the benefit of the doubt.
Keith Lerner with Truist of Atlanta and, of course, across the nation as well. On your podcasts, on Apple, on Spotify, on YouTube podcasts, it's Single Best Idea.